Welcome back everyone. My name is Sascha and today we are starting off our hike in Jersey. Jersey is one of the Channel Islands, which is a British Crown dependency, but it is not officially part of the United Kingdom. Now we are starting off the hike at the shore border of the capital, Saint Helier. And we already have quite a view over St. Albans Bay, one of the largest bays of the island. And if we look in this direction, we can see Elizabeth Castle, which was built near the end of the 16th century. And the reason it was built was cannonballs. The other big castle on the island, Castle Orgueil, was built before the development of cannonballs, and so it couldn't handle the sheer force of a cannonball shot at the walls. So this castle was built. Now at low tide, you'll be able to walk to the castle, but it is currently, the high tide is receding, which is evidenced by the floor over there. And in the low season, there is no boat that goes to the castle. Anyway, we will be going to St. Lawrence today, which is a little bit inland that way. That will be about 16 kilometers, and tomorrow we will continue in that direction to that land tongue over there and continue around the island. So I hope you're going to enjoy. A few days after I stood there on the coastline looking at Castle Elizabeth, I actually managed to get close because it is now low tide. So, this castle is located about 1 kilometer from the coastline over there. And the reason that we can walk there now is because the tidal differences on Jersey are about 10 meters. That also means that when it gets high tide, the water can rise with up to 7 centimeters per second. So that would mean that in the time it would take you to run from this castle back to the coastline, the water can have risen 30 centimeters, assuming you can walk a kilometer in 4 minutes. But from up close, Castle Elizabeth is pretty nice. So I'm happy I could have gotten a little close. Just about an hour's walk outside of the capital, Saint Helier, we find the Vallée des Vaux, which is a forested area near the capital that was preserved in 1936, and since then it has been expanded several times. Now in this forested valley, you'll mostly find oak trees, beeches, sycamores and sweet chestnuts. Now the valley itself is not particularly deep, only about 30 meters, but it's a nice it's a nice little piece of nature just outside of the capital. Over there you can already see St. Lawrence, the village where we are going, but to get there we first have to cross through the Fern Valley, which is the valley between us and that village. And we are also going to make a little extra detour north to a water reservoir. So I was going to take this path a little further into Fern Valley, but it turns out that the site is closed until further notice. So yeah, now we gotta make do with this little lake over here, which I think is not natural because of this building, and a little bit of flat land here, with on the other side the well, what I suppose is the border of Fern Valley. Now the reason this place is called Fern Valley is because if you visit this place in the right season, it's supposed to be quite overgrown with ferns. And because if you should follow the path further that way, you find a kind of meadow, an open place with an abundance of mice and foals. You have quite the chance of seeing predator birds like hawks and owls, but sadly we're not getting to see that today. Near the end of our hike, we find the Danmarks Reservoir, which is freshwater, and it's one of 6 reservoirs on the island. Now, even though this reservoir is not the largest of the 6, it still has a capacity for 93 million liters of water, and all 6 reservoirs combined can supply the island with fresh water for 110 days. So at the end of today's hike we reach the village of St. Lawrence. And as I said, that will be the end of today's episode. And tomorrow we will be going back to the coastal regions, which are probably going to be quite a lot more beautiful than today's hike. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you all next time.